Peter, tell me the story about the Gold Coast buyers who recovered $75,000 from the sellers when the sellers couldn't settle their property.
Yes, well, this is an interesting story. You don't often see cases where buyers sue a seller for the extra cost they had to pay for the home that they had to go and get when they couldn't get the first one.
So I understand it involved a home at Ormo for which they had to pay $360,000.
The contract price was $360,000. They signed up for what looked like a routine transaction, but when settlement date came, the seller wasn't in a position to pay all the money needed to pay out their mortgage.
I see. So what happened?
Well, the settlement was extended on the basis that the seller allowed the buyer to enter into immediate occupation. So that's what they did.
So they literally lost the roof over their head?
Well, then settlement dates came and went, extended several times, and the seller couldn't convince its mortgagee to release the security so that the family could buy the property and stay there.
So what did the buyers sue for?
Well, the mortgagee entered into possession of the property and the family had to leave. They had to move into a rental home and find an equivalent property. What they sued for was the extra price they had to pay. It was an extra $65,000, and they incurred expenses, rent and storage.
And did they win the case?
Well, they had to prove to the court that it was an equivalent property. So the home at Coomba Bar was slightly older. It was 4-bedroom as opposed to 3 bedrooms plus a study. But the court accepted that it was an equivalent property and awarded $65,000 price differential as part of the damages. It also awarded another $10,000 to cover the expenses of storage, legal expenses, rent, etc.
Gee, there's a great lesson there, isn't there?
Well, it certainly gives another dimension to the term, it's a buyer's market.